So John, Welling United tomorrow. I suppose if you look back to last Saturday's game, has it been, I suppose, in a way, a bit of a period of reflection as to what happened then and the games before that?
Yeah, sometimes, like in all industries and all types of business, you have what I call isolated times, where something out of what you would expect to be normal happens. And although people might look at that and think it's out of the normal, I didn't think it was out of the normal. I thought that the last few games, regardless of how we've played, because we've lost a couple of games where I think we've played okay, we weren't winning. And so when I add the result that we had at Weymouth to that run of games has highlighted, really, I think, the weaknesses that we have in the team at this particular time. Normally, when we've had a really disappointing result or even disappointing company, we've always managed to bounce back, and we haven't done that. I wasn't present at the game last week, but I've seen the game back. So my view sometimes watching it back might even be better on the day, because you can easily forget things that you've just seen. But I've run it back a few times, and I would go from back to front. Other than the goalkeeper, there's probably not a person there that can be proud of his performance. And it's no good them saying, yeah, but last week we played okay and we didn't win. But we're at a stage of the season, and I pointed this out, don't matter how you play, you've got to win. Because if the club wants to get in the playoffs, I think we have a run of games coming up where, if we are the Maidstone that we know we have been this season, we can get enough points in the next 6 games, I think, to put us right back in the frame. I think people need to reflect on their own performance. And when I say that, I think the reflection should also come from Hack, from me, from Ryan. Reflect on what we've put into it to try and achieve a victory. I'm not isolating players on it, I'm isolating everyone involved in the team ethic. And this Saturday is probably an ideal game for us, in as much as it's a local derby. And I always say this, local derbies are the hardest games to win. So if we can come out of this with a positive result first and a good performance second, we might grab a little bit of confidence in the team back. That's from the supporters, and a little bit of confidence, self-confidence from the players that take part. So I think it's an important game this weekend.
Obviously, as you say, a very important game, but it's a game you still will be without, obviously, George Elokobi, Noah Chesmain. It's the third of their 3-game ban. Obviously, they're out of the equation. The injuries that are still around, are they still prevalent, or are there any chance of we might see some people back?
No, I don't think so. I think that the injuries will be, and the suspensions, exactly the same. But someone else's opportunity. I always go, if I'm not been playing in the team because someone's been a permanent and all of a sudden I'm in the team, I want to stay in the team. I want to show that I've got something that should keep me in the team. I've never been one, honestly, to, you sort of go on about injuries sometimes, and suspensions I don't want to back, it's their own fault. But I think with injuries, that's why you have a squad of players, and, there's someone else's opportunity to go in and do well. It's like, if you've got a forward and he's done okay, but he's out injured, and I'm a forward who comes in, and I'm in for 2 or 3 games, and I get 5 goals, I think I'm going to stay in. So that's the way I see it. I'm not an injury sort of person in that respect. We have a squad of players that other people take the opportunity.
In terms of fans for tomorrow, obviously, as a fan, you live and breathe everything, don't you? The good times, the bad times.
Of course.
Obviously, there's some that are thinking, oh, right, we've lost 4, we were so close to those playoffs, but we're now a few more points away from it. Yeah. What's your message there? There's still 11 to go after all.
It's difficult because, I think like lots of managers, I'm also a football supporter. I've got my own people, the team I support, and if I watch them and they don't do well, I've got the ump, and when they do well, we're the best team in the world. So I think I can still think like a manager or head of football as I am here, but I still think that. But I actually can put my other head on where if greatest respect, if Dagenham ain't doing great and I go out and watch a game, I get the ump, and if West Ham, who I also was, I get the ump, and it's part and parcel of football. It's part and parcel of life. I just think that the way football is, people are more open to criticise. They're more personal than they used to be, and I think that shows at all levels. More personal, but that's just what the job is. If people are unhappy, they're going to voice their unhappiness. And I think as managers and coaches, take it on the chin. I always say, if you're willing to take a pat on the back, you've got to be willing to take a dig in the back. So that's never something I think that should worry anyone. I was saying to Ryan earlier, actually, I remember seeing a programme years ago on Manchester United when Alex Ferguson, I think they'd been there after his first year, and I was telling him to go back to Scotland. Well, look what he achieved in the end, which is incredible, Sir Alex. So football is football. If you win, they're happy. If you don't win, they're not happy. You can play great and lose and they're not happy. You can be rubbish and win and they are happy. That's football, and I accept it, and I think anyone that does a job should just accept that.